Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments below. I love to read them all. And let's go ahead and get into this reading. So we are reading for the second quarter of 2023. Whenever you do hear this reading, it is for that time period. Readings are timeless. So it may just be something that you need to hear at the time. But right now, we are talking about our life path 7 in the second quarter of a 7 year. Okay. So what I have here, life path 7, seeking wisdom, seeking truth, seeking mysticism, seeking the meaning of life, an analyst, and a spiritualist. So life path 7s kind of have that real foundational kind of logic type thinking, but also kind of has their head in the stars as well. So it can be very difficult to bring both of those things to balance, right? When you're a 7, a lot of times you can pick either one. You can be very financially focused, very earth driven, or you can be too much into your spirituality. This is a life path that teaches you that you kind of need to have the balance in both, because who you are, you need both. All right, so this second quarter reading is about emotions from an event or some kind of circumstance that keeps rising to the surface, something that you are having difficulty getting over, or something that keeps coming up. And I meant to pick a chakra wisdom card, so we're going to start with one of those, pull right from the middle. So, right, so before I start and read this, y'all can see what it says, right? Um, the song that I got is when I started pulling cards from you, or actually before I started pulling cards, it was Kindred Family. So where would I be? I feel like I be aging myself a little bit with this music, but at the end of the day, this song is very beautiful. But I did get that you guys may be in regret of some person that you met or dedicated your life to, or just maybe you followed longer than you should have, or maybe a job or something like that. Some decision that you made in the past left you in kind of like a world of regret. I don't want to say it like that, but it's kind of like it keeps coming up, triggering you. So you still haven't gotten over that one mistake. So we have fourth chakra, heart chakra, unconditional love. I allow myself to be open to giving and receiving love without fear of rejection. I give without expecting recognition or acknowledgement in return. I do think that is a big deal, because a lot of times we expect people to be thankful, or we expect them to be grateful for the things that we do. And it can be very hard when they're not. Trust me, guys, I know all about it, okay? But at the end of the day, if you are put here for a certain purpose to give somebody some sort of seed, whether it's acknowledgement, encouragement, just advice in general, you won't always receive a thank you, but just know that, the universe is watching, your karma is watching. So when spirit tells you to do something, then you do it. When I am loving others, I am helping bring out the innate love within them, so they also feel uplifted, worthy, and cared for. I love myself the way I am, not the way I was or could be, and I extend this love to others. I teach others how to love and respect me by how I love and respect myself. So, basically that card is saying unconditional love starts from inward, and then it kind of bleeds out to other people. So make sure you guys aren't living in these regrets of the things that you have done in the past and all of that. So we are going to start over here. This is the regret that we're talking about, how this, this is how the event has affected you. Excuse me. These are blocked experiences. And this over here is the why. Because the 7s, you got to know why. You know what I'm saying? You got to know why. So we're starting with our emotion card. We got instincts, right? So what I'm getting right now is you guys may have, okay, I'm getting that you followed your instincts, but you didn't follow your instincts. So You probably got into something that wasn't the best for you, and your instincts told you not to get into it, but your instincts also told you to get out. So you did get out. So the instincts were a little bit late. And that may lead to a bit of mistrust. So we got the 37, which does come to a 10, and that is what we need from 7 to get to that new cycle is the 3, communication, creation, and kind of like this, I want to say combination, but that's not what I mean. But working with other people, like the vibe of like the 3 of Pentacles, is what I get here. Cleaning house is clearing out clutter, clearing out emotions, like mental things that aren't working with you, things that have been kind of stagnant, right? Move it around, get rid of it, sweep everything clean. The 3 here is representing some kind of communication. So what I feel that is that the event that took place was this, it kind of feels like you were booted out. Like somebody was cleaning house and you were kind of like the one to go or something like that. I'm feeling that heavy. Let me see what we got here. Rushing, impatient. And we got another 3, Gemini energy. And this is the Knight. So this would be the Knight of Swords. Rushing, impatient. So this may have been something that was kind of forced, or you felt like it was forced. Something that, okay. How this event has affected you. So, okay, I'm feeling like right now you're feeling like you're on the edge. Like I have to do something right now. I have to get rid of everything right now. I feel like everything is a process, right? It doesn't matter what dream that you have when you're moving forward. It is a process. It is something that is one step at a time, right? I feel that heavy here. So we have the 5 of Wands and the King of Swords. Whenever I see the King of Swords, okay, he really gives the vibe of being the authority of himself. You guys may have been in a situation where you felt like you didn't have a choice. You felt like people were competing with you in a space where you should have felt no competition, but maybe like a boost. Maybe you should have felt support, and instead you felt competition. And again, like I always tell y'all, when you're playing defense, you've already lost. Because when you're playing defense, you're reacting to something that somebody else is doing. And in a way, depending on what they do, they're pushing you in a certain direction. You are giving up your power. And so I do see a little bit of regret in that. With the competition, I also feel like this vibe of defeat, like you feel like you didn't win. And it may have knocked you off your confidence a little bit. The same with the instincts. You may have trouble or have had trouble trusting your instincts. Okay, so we are moving into a period where you will need to trust your instincts, y'all. Trust your instincts. Okay, listen, y'all, I'm getting soulmate energy. If you're single, this could be a lover. You guys could have some family coming in, but you are transitioning to a more loving period in your life, right? That's why we have the 4th chakra coming up, because it really is your responsibility to make sure that you are loved in the right way. And you do that by keeping people around you that love you, and also by giving love in a way that you want it. Because you know, right, if you give somebody love in the way that you want to receive love and they don't reciprocate it, it's something that you already have shown. It's not anything, so you're like, okay, well, they're not going to do it. You can move along, basically. So, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. What we got here, Foxy Brown attitude. Okay. And we have the Fox. I'm really getting like a slick ass attitude. This shit has made you not trust people, made you have a little smart mouth, made you, when we see this rushing impatient, sometimes you might be quick to pop off, okay, quick to go off on somebody, or even if you're not quick to go off on someone, when you do, it can be very harsh or it can be seen as very mean, regardless of whether they deserve it or not. Um, I always go off the vibe. If you can't show somebody love, if you can't do something in love, whatever, leave that person alone because they're going to drag you down. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be putting out energy that you don't want returned to you. Okay. All right. So we got the Six of Swords. So we got 5, 6, 7 of Swords. I'm just saying. Okay, so the Six of Swords is some kind of triumph. So you guys triumphed over this. And with the support of your guides, I do get that you guys may be a little closer to your guides than you were originally. So, yeah, it kind of brought you out of that really physical, worldly space and brought you more toward your spiritual existence. All right. So we're going to move on to the next pile, which we have the blocks that you're experiencing from this. Oh. Oh. Whoa. I'm just saying. Fire can be a very sexual energy, and we have sexualizing right here. But this is the Eight of Wands, okay? So the Eight of Wands is about things moving quickly. You guys may have experienced jumping into a relationship, or just jumping job to job. What it feels like is this energy of moving forward, but moving before you have all the facts, moving before you know everything that is going on. Ooh, ooh. All right, slow and steady. Now listen. Um, we got the number 12 here. Now y'all know I love the number 12. It is the energy of you putting in that fire, spirit being like, okay, let's do it, and y'all kind of like conquering the world together. I can't find a better way to say it than that. That's how I feel. So right now you are in a place where you don't feel comfortable kind of slowing down. You don't feel comfortable taking a look at everything around you. You don't feel comfortable not knowing what the next move is, right? Not being sure, being uncertain can put us in a very negative space, can put us in a space where sorry y'all, put us in a space where we're not really trusting what's gonna happen next. So we kind of put everything on ourselves, like, okay, I gotta do this. If this doesn't work out, I gotta do something else. If this doesn't work, I gotta do this or I gotta do that. And Spirit is like, no, take the time to develop the things that you really want to do and then move forward. Don't allow yourself to just jump into something because you are afraid. And again, we got the Five of Swords, and I was thinking about the Five of Swords, and we also have the Seven of Swords, because earlier I said defeat. With the Five of Wands, it's like always battling something or somebody. Well, the Five of Swords is kind of feeling defeated or defeating others. And the issue with defeat is that when somebody feels defeat, they kind of, a lot of times they can walk away. A lot of times they can leave you alone, or they can come back with a little bit of a vengeance attitude, right? So we have Seven of Swords, deception. I do feel like right now in this current time, the blocks that you are experiencing are something to do with deception. So I'm getting that walking away from that, following your instincts, it did bring you to a place where you were no longer listening or hearing people's lies. gaslighting, just like the trauma that they try to put on you. The Seven of Swords is somebody who is definitely slick. The second time we got the Fox, right? Um, yeah. Okay. I don't know why. I'm just like, I do not remember those cards. But anyway, second time we got the Fox. The Fox is somebody who can be sneaky. The Seven of Swords is definitely a sneaky person. So I do feel like you guys defeated whatever sneaky energy, and now they are blocked from your life, which is something that is good. Okay. Oh, 39. So we have the number three that kind of keeps popping up here. That is a number that you guys should be paying attention to over this next quarter. But we have 39 community, and we have 39, which is the roll of a dice, which is the gamble. And what I get is that you guys don't want to gamble on people. Whatever the situation is, it makes you not trust people's intention, not trust what people want to do. And so you are kind of falling out of community. Um, the support system that you need, you haven't been getting because you are so solely dependent on yourself. And you have to learn how to depend on others. To have judgment, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay, which is true. Which is true. When we talk about judgment, and I see this all the time, people tend to not understand how somebody could get themselves in a certain situation. And at the end of the day, you don't want to be able to relate so closely to everybody's bad situation, right? You don't want to be like, oh well, I never been homeless, so I couldn't see how anybody could be homeless. You don't want to be that person. You don't want spirit to have to show you why people are homeless or why people react the way they react after somebody they love passes away or when they don't have shit and they're just broke and down to the wire. You don't want to be in that situation. So you do want to avoid judgment because anytime you go hard judging somebody, that shit will come into your backyard, into your house, into your bedroom, and your bathroom. You don't want that kind of energy. Okay, but I do get that this has helped you with being a little bit judgmental. So you guys may have been judgmental. I'm getting like probably in your younger years. And that's kind of what happens. Life kind of kicks our ass, and we're like, okay, like, yeah, I get it. I get it. I know what's happening now. Okay. So we have King of Cups. We have the Two of Swords. Sorry, y'all. And we have the Four of Wands. We had 24 earlier with this card right here. It just reminded me of that. 24 comes to a six, right? Six is about love, about family. And with this right here, with the fourth chakra coming out, it is something that I would like to recognize because a lot of times when I talk about the number six, I talk about the love that you have inside that you show outside, right? And so six a lot of times translates to our social relationships, whether that's family, friends, our work partners, whatever the case may be, because it is how we show how we're feeling inside, how we show affection, how we make the connections from who we are to how we can be that to other people and how they can be something to us. So the number six is kind of like this balance inside out. So anyway, so the King of Cups here is King of Cups represents somebody who kind of has control over their emotions. The King of Cups shows emotion when it is beneficial to him, right? The Two of Swords is not seeing something, whereas the Wands, Four of Wands is kind of like this happy home, a celebration. Sometimes it can be like being put on display or something like that. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you guys aren't seeing that kind of putting this block up of your emotions is still kind of showing emotion, you know? It's kind of like if you ask somebody a yes or no question, right? And let's say they're on the stand and they plead the fifth. Well, you kind of already got your answer. Whichever one is the one that's going to incriminate them, that is the answer. And that's kind of what I feel here. It's kind of like when you kind of try to block your emotion, it's something that people are going to see anyway because your reaction is always going to give you away. And so that's something that you have not been kind of paying attention to, or, you know, maybe you think that you've overcome something, but the truth is you have not. And it's still being very harmful to your emotions and to your psyche. And it's like you're not the only one who sees it. I'm just saying. Um, yeah. As far as the sexualizing, just to go back on it, I really feel like that can go either way. You can be dealing with some kind of hypersexuality, and you could be dealing with just the opposite, right? Not wanting to have sex, or kind of getting like triggered during sex, something like that, sexualizing the wrong people, or being really offended or hurt when somebody sexualizes you. So we have our last pile, which is the why. And I might mess up her name, but Go Uphill Closer. That is a song that I channeled for this pile specifically, was that song. And she talks about this, it just represents getting closer to her dreams. And so that's what I feel for you guys. Like, this whole situation was to push you toward things that you really, really wanted. And sometimes you guys need to hear that, because when we make mistakes, we feel like we messed up our path or we veered from our path when we didn't. We're on the path. We just got a little bit distracted. But when we set our sights and we set our focus, then we're back on the path, okay? So, ooh, people pleasing or rigid, right? I feel like you guys have experienced the people pleasing energy. You experienced that energy of just saying no all the time, not having compassion for people. Just when you get hurt so much, you're like, fuck this, fuck everybody. I'm just not gonna worry about it or anything like that. And I feel like you guys experience both sides of the same coin, and now you're learning how to kind of stand that middle ground of no, you can't please everybody, and you shouldn't even try, right? Like, we want to please our mate, and that's cool, but we shouldn't be pleasing people. We also shouldn't be doing things that goes against who we are, or doing anything that makes us feel bad inside. We don't want to do anything that we're going to regret later, and we don't want to do anything that we feel like we're going to have to keep secret because we're ashamed of it. Right, so the emotion I have here is excited. Get you excited about life, honey. Life is about all the good things. Now, I know we talk a lot of shit and people say life is a bitch, but really, a bitch is a female dog, and those are some of the greatest animals that you could ever have in your life, okay? No, in all seriousness, um, life is exciting, right? We were sent here to do something. And just like when we make accomplishments that we work so hard for and we set our sights on, just like we're so excited about that, we should be excited about the things in life that we're going to accomplish, period, right? Whether it is supporting somebody who has something good happen in their life, or supporting yourself so you can get to the place where you're enjoying your good things. Ghostlands. Okay, Ghostlands coming to an 8. It's giving me karma. It's giving me like paying back some old. It's something that came over from a past life. Put it like that. Ghostlands represents going through this kind of deserted period where you feel all alone. And that is a period of time where we really get to know ourselves, right? When nobody's around, who are you? When you don't have support, who are you? When you're angry, who are you? When you're sad, who are you? Really getting to know who you are without everybody else's input, without everybody else's eyeballs. And this was something that I feel pretty confident that you guys have all gone through and overcome that. For some reason, I want to do that one last. Um, I feel like you guys have all overcame that period of loneliness, right? It kind of goes from giving too much to being really selfish to being like, you know what, I can't. Like, I can't deal with all these people. Like, I don't want to be selfish, but I don't want to be hurt either. So let me figure out what I want. All right. Ooh, what do we want? Success, honey. Y'all know the sun is success. Ace of Pentacles, opportunity, right? I always talk about this as like cutting out fillers, cutting out bullshit, right? The number 10 I describe to you guys as like a stagnant period. It's a period where spirit is like, okay, um, like, all right, so 9 is the end of a cycle, right? 10 is the ending and the beginning. So it's a stagnant period. You're sitting in the middle. You got your 1. 1 is about your determination, your willpower, and 0 is simply just a block, right? In this instance. So what it comes down to is spirit blocking your movements until you kind of become an expert. So it kind of gives Eight of Pentacles energy. We do have Knight of Pentacles here. Knight of Pentacles is it's kind of like carrying the weight for a long time. That's what I'm getting right now. That you guys have been carrying the weight for a long time. And this was all done so you can cut that weight off and move on so that you could be successful and take new opportunities. So we have the Two of Wands and we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing. The Two of Wands is just a planner, right? The Two of Wands can be stagnant, just like this number 10 here. So you do have to be careful with that. When you make plans, follow through with them, even if it's only one step at a time. Even if it's only one little small step at a time. Even if it's only one phone call a day. Even if you're painting half a picture a day or you are writing 100 words today. Whatever the case may be. Make sure you guys are following your dreams. Make the plan. Stick with it. And when you are feeling stuck or you need motivation, find your motivation. But keep going. Look at that. We got Ace of Pentacles again, and we got the Lovers coming out to a 6. Honey, we have talked about 6 already. And I'm pretty sure I talked about soulmates in the beginning, but I do get soulmate energy again, that this happened to bring you closer to your soulmate. So these are some triggers that you have to work on yourself. And the thing with sevens is really that y'all don't really like to listen to anybody. You really have to do your own research and kind of like figure it out for yourself. So just make sure you are doing that. Make sure that you are kind of exploring, you know, where would you be, right? If you would have stayed in that position, as opposed, where would you be if you had never gone through that difficult thing? Because at the end of the day, our experiences make us who we are, right? So yeah, this is for love and opportunity. I'm telling you guys. Oh, and peace, y'all, and peace. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you so much. Spirit wants to bring you toward peace. A lot of times, you know how they say the grass is greener on the other side. My opinion was always that it's not greener. It's just a different color green. There are so many shades of green. You can't say one is greener than the other. It is just green. And sometimes we have to experience some things to understand that it's not better the other way around. It's better the way that we experience it because we're going down the path that we need to. Okay, so that's all I have, guys. If you made it all the way through this reading, thank you. I do appreciate you watching. I am trying to get to 600 subscribers by the end of March. We are well on our way, y'all. Well on our way. Anyway, remember that happiness is always the goal. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you next time.